Circumference and the roundabout battle. This guy really does need more original titles. Or at least more original plots. This is Circumference. He has the roundabout battle. Because lots of things seems to be going on throughout the whole world nowadays. Because at least in the land of Camelot at least. And Circumference has this little roundabout problem. There's a steward who has a son who's going to be the next steward, and he needs to track some numbers with his son as his little assistant. His son already counted out how many actual wheat barrels there are and decided that he wanted to add them together. And this happens. 30, 63, and then you get 85. And not exactly. You forgot to add the 3, so you actually got 88. Then you got 1s, 2s, 3, and 4s, which equals 10. So basically, you have 100 of that. We basically have 88 bread loaves and 100 butter pots of garlic, salted, herb, and sweet. And that is the steward's job, to count how many of what they have. Because if you don't count that job well enough, then you'll basically be in the mood of a big swing a bang, and that's just going to be a bad thing for you. And then suddenly, these random dudes with their logo as a treasure chest full of treasure and hands on both sides came in. And we know that these guys are evil guys because basically we see them having very much a lot of longbows and arrows in tents. And they really need to know how many bows and arrows that they have. They know how many bows they have, 1 for each soldier, but however they don't know how many arrows they have. And so that's the big problem that they have. So they need to know how many bows there are too. And then he decides that, wait, there are no friendly tents. What, can't this be friendly? Oh wait, I can turn them into friendly tents. That's nice. And so he does that. There are actually 47 longbows, there are 12 crossbows, and there are 36 short bows. If you actually do the math, I don't know why, but let's just say you did, then you would actually get the number 95. However, if you go for friendly tents, there are like about 100. And now for the arrows. Turns out, actually, there are 3 arrows. There are a large bodkin, whatever that is. That's actually 77 of them, and there's 23 of them. And then there's 98 of them. And if you round it out, well, basically, this sum and this sum are the same, so that doesn't really do much. The only difference that you have is subtract this by 2, and you will get about 200 arrows, which is, and that's actually 198 arrows, which is close enough. All you need to do is have like 2 more arrows. And they only have 200 arrows. But then they remember that there are approximately 1,000 bees. You can't count bees. If you try to count each one, they'll try to sting you. And they used that to their advantage. They went to the roundabout battle, and they used bees as their battle weapons too. Because bees are super annoying, and they're very hard to kill. Because if you try to kill a bee, 5 more will attack you. And it's going to be really hard to try to attack 5 bees. So, yeah, they won the battle. And they even got, literally, money from these guys too. They gave 1 bee sting stall to every guy who's 2 coins for every bee sting stall, and everyone actually got stung, so they really needed at least 1 bottle. So yeah, 2 coins for like 1 of them, and they did the math, and they basically got money in the process of defeating their enemies, and that is just one of the best ways to do it. And that is basically the roundabout battle for you. And okay, so rounding 2. The guy who actually did all this rounding was called round 2, and trying to learn from this lesson is rounding numbers. Oh, also remember that whenever you get like the number like a 5, you always round up. If you get from numbers 1 to 4, then you round down. But if you get from numbers 5 to 9, you round up. And so I guess that is basically what this lesson is trying to tell us. So I hope you guys actually enjoyed this episode. And I hope to see you guys on my next episode too. So until next time, Shnan out. Peace. Bye-bye.